Hey guys, so recently I've been making a few kind of Marilyn Manson, Nine Inch Nails, Rob Zombie, late 90s industrial sort of beats, which sound like this. So today I want to challenge myself to not only make a new one, but make it super quickly, make a video from it, and basically just share as much info as I can with you guys as I go. And hopefully it'll make something interesting and I can give you some good info on getting this kind of sound. So I have no idea what I'm going to do. I have literally nothing ready, nothing written. All I have is one of those tracks, that like slower stumpy one. I just duplicated the project, made a new version and deleted all the audio from it. So we've just got these tracks that I used with nothing in them, but I'll still walk you through some of the tones and you know how I got there. You'll notice up here I've got Korn, like this Korn guitar tone. I did a video on this, which you can check out. I might use this, I might not. I used it in the last one. You wouldn't think it would sound like a Manson kind of sound, but it does when you mix it with this other one that I'll show you. So it's heavy. And then we have this kind of iconic, which is like one of my favorite tones ever. Obviously very Trent Reznor, very Antichrist Superstar sounding. And I did quite a lot of like, you know, EQing and kind of refining the tone, but really let me centralize this one just for simplicity, just show you this one on its own. If I turn everything off except for the amp I used, I have a little trick for you if you want to get this tone. Basically don't use a cab. So this is just a metal amp. It's the Neural 14. I love this. It's a great metal amp. And if you use it as a normal amp, it just sounds like a great metal amp. But if you turn off the cab, it suddenly becomes this messy 90s industrial kind of sound. I don't even know how I discovered that. I think I was just goofing around one day and I was like, oh, it kind of sounds like Trent Reznor. It is a very like wild, you know, crazy, out of control sort of tone, but sometimes that's what the mix needs. I just wanted to refine it down a little more, so I've got a fuzz. Obviously helps a lot with everything just to turn up to 1,000,000 because it's the more distortion the better with this kind of music pretty much. I might use this Korn tone. It worked in the other tracks I made, but for now I'm just thinking let's go really 90s, really Nine Inch Nails with this. And I'm thinking let's make a fast one. I might start with some drums and then write a riff to it. So let's do something with this kit. This is literally just in Cubase, super crappy industrial sounding kit. The reason I'm using this is because there are a few sounds in there that are really, really cool. So let's just see if we can make something cool. That's cool. Now let's go for a fast, like 145. Yeah, that sounds good. That's kind of like a snare, but let's try and make it kind of like a hat. Like turn it down so you just kind of feel it. See there, that kick. I love that kick. Already sounds cool. All right, we'll find some. That's a good one. I like that hi-hat. Let's just try loads of those. And then there's one that I use as a snare. That is too loud, but that is such a cool industrial sound. It's just like a simple like hammer hitting metal. I mean, that's a little bit too... sounds a little bit too digital. Right, let's try kind of complementing that and making it a little more real sounding with this. Get good drums. Metal kit, which I have a bunch of distortion and stuff on. Do I have anything on the industrial kit? Nope, literally just pulling out some lows and pulling up the highs. It might seem confusing why I'm pulling out the lows, but it's because this metal kit has a lot of bass in it, and then we've got some bass instruments that we'll get to, which you've got to make space for these things. You can't have everything doing everything all at once. So let's just try like simple, see how this sounds. There you go. Turn that down a little bit. Already sounds like Nine Inch Nails. So let's come up with a riff. I'm sure I will refine these drums a little bit, but for now that sounds cool. Let's try and find some crazy industrial riff. It's actually pretty fast. Let's try. Whoa, 1 beat per minute. Let's try 135. See how that sounds. That's better. Let me actually just add this kick sample. I made this kick inspired by Chord Hell, as you can see. I made it like a few weeks ago, but I actually cannot remember how I did it, and it doesn't actually sound as good as Chord Hell's kicks because nothing does. So let's see how that sounds. Sounds okay. Let's try laying that down. Okay, let's actually try see what this sounds like. You see, it sounds kind of cool. It's like you wouldn't think the Korn sound would work within the kind of industrial metal sound, but it just adds this, like, especially since I'm not planning to use real bass guitar on this, like we'll see, but this like programmed bass sound just sounds cooler to me. So what this is, I'll walk you through this sound in a minute. I'm in drop D tuning, but that riff was all the way up in like E flat. No wait, D flat. Yeah. So yeah, we'll just go for this fast vibe with the whole thing. So sounds very like programmed on its own, but in the mix it probably won't. So this sound, so I took this bass sound, which is a really nice sound. I run it through basically a Big Muff replica, which is a guitar fuzz pedal if you don't know. Camel Crusher, as if that wasn't enough distortion, with everything at 100%. Some EQ to take out the lows. I'm actually going to make that a cut rather than, we don't need any of that there. And then a super heavy metal amp with a ton of gain again, and probably, yep, we've got a drive here to boost it, so it's a heavily distorted bass. And yeah, it sounds very digital and fake, but in the mix it probably will sound quite organic as a bass guitar, but we'll give it that kind of digital industrial feel that we want here. So let's see. Alright, yeah, let's try. Yeah, so that's this bass sound that, again, a super basic Cubase sound. And then this sub, which again, don't know why I didn't just use a cool 808, but we've got another basic. Ooh. That's actually a little too intense. You know what, let's just see what all these bass sounds are. I made these like a month ago, but I don't know, I made it really quickly, so I can't really remember these. Alright, that needed to go up an octave because it was just too indiscernible. Alright, so to me this sounds like a chorus part. I've just gone straight in. Let's keep going. I think all of my synth sounds on this are actually just Cubase. Yeah. This is another great stock sound. But let's program something cool with this, because this is definitely very Nine Inch Nails. Let's actually go up a fifth. Maybe a fourth. Yeah, a fourth could be cool, and then going up to a fifth. Then we could try a -6. Might be too dissonant. That's cool. Immediately, I want to pitch that up. Alright, this sounds like the chorus, so I'm just going to throw it like over here. Alright, let's get a verse down. Let's start the song with just some guitars. I'm just going to do one guitar track, duplicate that. Alright, this can be the start of the verse, so we'll go for like the same guitar sound, but put it in the middle. Let's put a wah on it. Let's just put more distortion on it too. Let's put the wah before. Oh, let's put another one after. You know what, maybe I will bring the bass guitar in. I actually just thought of a preset that would probably work really well that I have. Kind of like a Nirvana inspired one, like a fuzzy bass sound. That's Geddy because it started out as a Geddy Lee sound, but it is not that now. It might be a little bit too mid-rangey. There we go. It's getting there. Let's duplicate this industrial thing and do kind of the same thing. Pull it down there. Let's try changing the pitch. I don't know if I'm in a crazy mood today or what. I'm going to do one with it all the way up, one with it all the way down. I feel like that's going to sound really cool. and then I'm going to bit crush it after the reverb. Why not? And a spatial too. Let's pan it. A delay too. Ping pong delay. Cool if it's kind of jumping around. Last thing, let's do a chopper. This is kind of like a tremolo, but more intense. I'm gonna pretty much do the same thing again. I'm going for a quiet verse, loud chorus thing here, I guess. I'm gonna bring this kick in as just like a pulse. Let's bring this in early. Gonna keep things interesting. You know what, actually? Again, I'm gonna load something up. Alright, so, whoa. That's not right. That's not right either. Ah. Okay, I'm back. This is a bass. This is very downward spiral so far. I was thinking this was gonna be a Manson sort of track, but sounds like Trent. I'm thinking like... Okay guys, I spent about another 20 minutes on this and finished it. It's turned out pretty insane, super industrial, super Nine Inch Nails. I went kind of all out on the bridge part, which you'll hear in a minute. Honestly, I'm really happy with how this came out. It just sounds to me like if Nine Inch Nails were, if Trent was still as angry as he was in the 90s, it's kind of like how that would sound now in my opinion. Just so aggressive and like high energy. But modern still rather than sounding too 90s. This also will be available on my BeatStars in the description pretty soon if it isn't already, so look out for that. If you guys are artists looking for instrumentals, I've got a load on there. Thank you for watching guys, I hope that you learned something from this. I hope that it was interesting for you. I'm definitely going to make more of these soon. I've taken a little break and made some more short form content, but I want to get back to this kind of thing. So let me know what you want to see me do next. Subscribe and like, and I will see you guys in the next video.